I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars franchise seems to be quite expansive, not just with their books, novels, comics, and video games, but also let's not forget about the new live-action Star Wars TV series to come on Disney+, and even the 4th Star Wars trilogy of films by Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the thing about Disney Star Wars is that we do know that they are currently now in a phase of desperation and damage control in order to really restore the Star Wars universe, right? That's exactly what they want to do. They want to reunite the fan base. They want to bring Star Wars back to how it was before, of course, The Last Jedi was released back in December of 2017, which honestly I think is going to be a very tough process and a very tough task to really complete. But with the right guidance and the right leadership under Bob Chapek and Bob Iger, and how we got FFL, as I like to call them, Lucas, Favreau, and Filoni, all working together on this new EU, I think that things are really going to turn out to be fantastic. So, moving on into the future here, we do know that they have over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects in the works. However, what's really intriguing all has to do with creator Dave Filoni of Star Wars Rebels and the Clone Wars as a whole, and of course, Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy. Now, Kathleen Kennedy, there's no denying in saying this that her leadership over at Lucasfilm has been quite counterproductive. She really hasn't done a fantastic job with Star Wars. You know, we've seen a lot of ups and downs with the movies and everything else related to the franchise. And with that being said, what's really intriguing about all of this is that now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are in a phase of damage control, they are primarily focused on the new Star Wars trilogy of films, as well as the new Star Wars universe that will focus on a brand new mythology for the Star Wars fans around the world. Now, it's noted that they have over 10 years worth of Star Wars projects in the early development phase that is going to provide a library's worth of Star Wars material for the fans around the world. It's explained, however, that during and after the premiere for The Rise of Skywalker, many interviews were given to many of the creators of the sequel trilogy, as well as other Star Wars projects by Disney. At one point in time, creator Dave Filoni was questioned about Kathleen Kennedy's leadership over at Lucasfilm, about the Clone Wars Season 7 and more, where he was able to reveal that Kathleen Kennedy originally wanted to move away from George Lucas's vision of the Clone Wars TV series, and that he had to convince Kathleen Kennedy to actually stick to the core material that George started many years ago. Now, Filoni was able to reveal that originally Kathleen Kennedy did not want to bring back the Clone Wars in the form of a Season 7, originally, as she did not want to use George's work after the criticism of the prequel trilogy era of Star Wars, and that Dave Filoni spoke to Kennedy for months on end, and was the one to be able to convince her to move on and to bring back the Clone Wars. Now, Dave Filoni also revealed that originally Kathleen Kennedy didn't want Anakin or Obi-Wan to be the focus of the Clone Wars Season 7, and that she wanted to create brand new characters. However, it took much time for Filoni to actually convince Kennedy to stick with the fan-favorite characters of the Star Wars franchise. Now, it's explained that Filoni had some creative differences with Kathleen Kennedy over the Clone Wars Season 7, and that this took years to finalize the actual idea of what the Clone Wars Season 7 would be, and that Kennedy did not want to use Lucas's original ideas for some of the stories to be told in the latest season. Now, with Filoni now busy with other projects that are currently unannounced that will be revealed at Star Wars Celebration, Filoni hopes that the Clone Wars Season 7 opens the door to endless possibilities. Filoni was also able to reveal that even after the completion of the Clone Wars Season 7, Kennedy wanted to make the episodes shorter in length in order to make it more compact as a series. Thankfully, however, Filoni was able to talk Kennedy out of this decision and made it the length that it was and how it is now on Disney Plus by Lucasfilm. Filoni also wanted to reveal, of course, that before this was the Clone Wars Season 7, Kennedy wanted to do a new animated series before deciding on this TV show. So once again, you can see the ongoing pattern of Kathleen Kennedy's wrath here, right? We do know that she has a lot of issues with Star Wars, and she doesn't necessarily understand exactly what Star Wars really is and what the fans really look at it as, right? Now, I think that was the main problem with Kathleen Kennedy's leadership. Thankfully, as of right now, her creative control is gone, all except for the Leslie Headland Star Wars TV show, so we can finally relax a little bit and look forward to the light at the end of the tunnel here by FFL and by, of course, Bob Iger and Bob Chapek to do the right thing for the Star Wars universe, right? So, like I've said before in the past, you know, Dave Filoni, I think, is a fantastic creator. He's really passionate about Star Wars. He knows what he's doing. He's very much into the Star Wars Legends material, and he's trying to bring that back to life with, of course, future projects that come on Disney Plus and more. And Kathleen Kennedy, it seems like that she was the one individual trying to prevent that from actually happening. And now that she's pretty much out of the picture, we're going to see more positive routes for Star Wars. So, with that being said, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we